Hello everybody, it's me, Nate, aka Double Dog, and I'm back with another game review. This time I'm reviewing Iron Man VR. It was developed by Camouflage and published by SOE, Sony Online Entertainment, and will be officially releasing on July 3rd of 2020. This game originally was planned to be released a lot sooner, but due to the current fiasco in the world with a certain little virus, they indefinitely postponed the title, but fortunately it finally has an official street launch date of July 3rd of 2020, and it will cost you $39.99. Honestly, that's not bad for a game because it is actually a game. It's not an experience. Well, what exactly is it? It is an action-based shooter. Now, the other nice little addition is this does come with some pre-order bonuses if you go and pre-order this title, including a custom PS4 theme for your system and for custom deco armors for your Iron Man. You get your Origin suit, your Vintage suit, your Silver Centurion, and your Ultraviolet suit. So you do get a little bit of some perks for pre-ordering it, and this also will be a official physical release copy as well. You can also get a digital download if you prefer, but it actually is a physical release copied game. Now, as for plot, I'm not really going to ruin anything for you. I don't want to because it has a rather unique story. But the basic plot is after Tony is attacked by this new villain that goes by the name of Ghost, who is a hacker slash anti-corporate activist, you go on this epic set of missions, save your empire by hopping around the globe in several intense battles and areas, leading up to an epic climactic final battle against Ghost. It is a completely original story, but don't worry, it has a lot of tie-ins with the Iron Man universe and mythos to where, other Iron Man movies and of course the Avengers. There will be tie-ins with other characters. You will fight in certain cities and other places. I really don't want to spoil it for you. It's actually very, very well done, and I do appreciate the attention to detail that they did with this. Now, one other thing I do have to point out is they were not able to get the actual voice actors to reprise their roles. And that kind of makes sense, really. I mean, you're not going to pay tons of millions of dollars just to get the voice of other characters to reprise their roles. So if you're wanting to see Robert Downey Jr. reprise his role as Iron Man, I'm sorry, it's not going to happen. They have decent voice actors that do the jobs in this, fairly decent. I've heard a lot worse voice actors. This one actually has some pretty good voice acting, so it's not the official people that play the parts, but seriously, whoever plays Pepper Potts does good. The guy that does Iron Man, Tony Stark, does good, and the other characters do a good job as well, so it doesn't take you out of the gameplay as you're playing this. Now, how exactly does this game play? That is very interesting because as you play as Iron Man, it is a true Iron Man experience. You can do your punches, you can shoot blasters, you can fly around, you can even upgrade your suit throughout this adventure, and you interact with your environment in several different ways. There's indoor environments, outdoor environments, cityscapes, all kinds of stuff that you actually interact with, and it consists of you flying around, shooting down enemies, and doing certain objectives. So if you go to an area, it'll show like a little icon where your hands are supposed to be, and you can use it to do everything from grabbing items, interacting with computers, ripping open doors, bending metal, putting out fires, so on. Common explanatory stuff you should be used to in a VR game by now. But hands down, the way this game actually controls with the flight mechanic and how the controls work, that's so good. I'm just going to have to show you that. Now, one of the biggest things people were worrying about with this title is how exactly is the control going to be mapped and everything. And you do use these outdated Move controllers, which absolutely suck, but they are mapped in a way to where it actually is quite fun to play this game. Naturally, you have 360-degree movement, and a lot of times you can play it standing up, but they recommend you play it sitting down. I play it in my swivel chair, and it's very simple. Like when I want to turn, I'll just do something like this to turn my character in game. But also on here, with the use of the button, the square button, you can snap turn Tony's viewpoint into the game to where you can actually spin it around. And like I said, there are options that allow you for free range movement to where you can just hold the button and he'll just flat out spin around until you let off the button. So moving them around ain't that bad. Now, the way you actually fly around is you pretty much, angle your hand wherever you want, and you press and hold the button down, and that's when he'll have his blast come out. And it's very cleverly done to where, like, if you want to go up, you have your palms face down, and then it'll make you go up. And to fly forward, you literally do this, like Iron Man. And by tapping the buttons twice, you do a super blast, and you can go even faster. At any time, whatever movement you have is what will control, Tony's, suit. Going back here will make you go forward. Doing this will make you stop. You can actually do this, then move to the sides. You can use one hand at a time compared to the other to kind of slightly move left or right, along with moving with the button controller to actually turn Tony. And then the trigger buttons on the back are for blasting your hand blasters. So basically, as you're flying around, you can stop midair, aim, and then blast enemies with your hands. And of course, it's done to where you can't just keep blasting. After a while, it'll overheat, and you have to let it cool down and charge. But I never really found that to be an issue with any of the enemies that I fought in this game, other than you'll have to be quick to know how to dodge out of the way real quick when they're throwing stuff at you. You'll be flying, there'll be debris that you'll have to shoot while flying. And honestly, it's done in a very inventive way, and I didn't get motion sick a single time while playing this. I think the clever use of the HUD around your head actually makes it to where it doesn't allow you to get motion sickness. And I'm susceptible to motion sickness. It may affect you when you play this, but I found no motion sickness at all when I was playing this, and you can be flying around at super high speeds too. All in all, I think the only major downfall with this game is honestly these damn Move controllers.
Yeah, the outdated PSVR Move controllers. I can't wait to see what Sony has in store for the PSVR 2, for the PS5. Hopefully they'll have some upgraded controllers that are compatible with the original PSVR system. That's really the only downfall with this title, is once again the outdated controllers. But as for overall gameplay, it's a long game. I forgot to pay attention while doing these levels to see how long it took to actually get through them, because I was enjoying it so much I didn't pay attention to how long this game is. But it's not just one or two levels, it's actually a pretty long game. I played it all day long, and like I said, there's all kinds of different missions that you do. Everything from the footage that I captured to use, because I didn't want to spoil any of the later levels, with your airplane that you start off in that gets shot down, that you have to put on your suit while free falling and save the day by shooting down enemies. They're going to I'm just going to call it Avenger City, and a bunch of other stuff. It's a nice amount of different levels that you play through, and it even has a little tutorial mode at the beginning to help train you on how to actually fly and get used to the controls. And it reminds me of playing Pilot Wings. It really does, because there's these rings you fly through, there's these things you blast, there's the other ones where you hold the button to do your super punch that makes you move forward faster. Honestly, in the end, for $40, this is a really fun, it's a frantic game, but the control is done so well, it really makes it to where it's a very enjoyable VR title. And there's been lots of other VR titles released that are really good, like The Walking Dead's Saints and Sinners. That's a really good one too. And like I said, if they would just create a PSVR controller that just has an analog stick on it like they do for their gun peripheral, that would alleviate so much problems in terms of being able to move your characters in these games. And I hope that with the new iteration of the PSVR 2, that's what they have in the future. I've heard wireless, but I just want better controllers. Give me the controllers you get from the Oculus Quest. Those things are just great, honestly. But honestly, this is a fun game. I can actually highly recommend it. And it's finally releasing on July 3rd of 2020.
I want to say thanks to each and every one of you for watching this video. I want to say thank you to everyone who watches these videos. Leave a comment below if you plan on picking up Iron Man VR when it's released on July 3rd. What's your feelings of it? Because I do believe this is a PSVR exclusive. I do not know if this is sure, but I'm pretty certain that this is only going to be on the PlayStation VR. I mean, I played some VR games that have better graphics than this, but the graphics serve their purpose. They're good. They're not bad VR graphics. And honestly, the animation's good. The control's great. It's a fun game. It's very fun. You do honestly feel like a total badass flying around as Tony Stark as Iron Man, doing all this neat stuff, blowing up these enemies, fighting these villains, and saving the day. And in the end, I can actually highly recommend that when this is launched, you pick it up and play it. I want to thank each and every one of you for watching this video. Please leave a comment below. Hit the like icon. I want to say thank you for providing me with the free copy of this to play. And remember, I always end my videos by saying, have fun, play hard, and remember, people, the devil's in the details. Peace out until next time.